All right, my friends, I want to talk about the disaster, which has been the 9th gen console generation. And the announcement of the PS5 Pro has literally just turned this whole thing on its head again. But I mean, if you guys go back and you watch like the early channel, you know that I was like, yeah, from the very beginning, like, look, man, PlayStation 5 Pro is going to be a thing. Why would they give up that moniker after creating it with last generation? There's no way that Sony's going to go back on that. That is, once they do something, they just kind of keep going forward with it. You know, for the most part, at least 2 generations. I mean, they did the PSP, then they did the Vita, they did the PSVR, now they did the PSVR 2, PS4 Pro, now they did PS5 Pro. They always kind of do them, and they kind of see how things work out for them and stuff. But this is a very big departure from this generation. Has been like the biggest departure from, I mean, it started last generation, obviously, with Xbox One X, with PS4 Pro. This is like the... We've never really, you know, as console gamers, you know, we've never really experienced anything like this before. Now we have these split generations with split consistency of games and stuff like that. And now, you know, with the PS5 Pro being, you know, 45%, I don't know, man. They hoodwinked me with the PS4 Pro. They hoodwinked me again with the PS5. I am having a very hard time trusting PlayStation going forward with how consistent the experience is going to translate over to the PS5 Pro. Am I still going to be on a 1440p monitor with it? Is it finally going to deliver a 4K experience? You know, everything they showed us. And I'll be honest with you, man. Like my inner pony was coming out the other day when I was watching that. I was like, ooh, yeah, you know, like we're gonna like I all of a sudden started getting that like hardcore FOMO. I was like, dang, I want that real bad. I'm gonna get that day one. Like I want that. I don't care. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. And then I was starting to feel that like anxiety, that rush of anxiety of like oh my gosh, man. How am I going to get it? You know, am I going to be able to pre-order it, this, that, and all that? And then, you know, videos coming out later tonight, obviously, because, you know, I've had, you know, plenty of time to like sit and think about it and like really look at the overall situation and think that like, look, here's where I stand right now with this, okay? Because this whole console generation is messed up. The biggest savior to that for me this generation has been being able to literally buy and play these games on PC. So that there has kind of put a little bit of distance in between me and like the hardcore like console fanboy that I once was. And now it's given me like a much better perspective on just gaming as a whole. Now, as a console gamer, we're kind of blind to the fact that we get whatever they give us at whatever price they decide. And with the PlayStation 5 Pro coming out at $700, you know, and this is supposed to be a console. This is supposed to be an entrance into gaming that is affordable and approachable for a mass market. And then when you look at that and you're like, wait a minute, mass market. I mean, there's more people on PC gaming, phones and tablets and everything else than there are on these consoles. Like consoles are no longer the mass gaming delivery system. They are pretty much responsible. The platform's responsible for the AAA games. Like all of the AAA game developers are either tied to PlayStation, tied to Xbox, third party, you know, collaborations between like Xbox and PlayStation to build games, to make these consoles. And at the end of the day, these developers are just losing money because the console market is not anywhere as profitable as it used to be. The whole reason that PlayStation and Xbox take 30% of every game sold on their platform is to subsidize the console. And when you start getting $500, $600, I'm looking at you, Xbox 2 terabyte, $700 PlayStation 5 Pro models, it is no longer a subsidized market for these developers to come and put out their games. Now, that's the whole reason that the developers are supposed to give Sony and Xbox and Nintendo a 30% cut of the pie, is because they provide the platform that sells all the games. Now, Steam is the only one, like, it's weird. Steam gets that same cut, and like they don't even subsidize a freaking like a hardware. I mean, obviously they have Steam Deck now, and they do things with like Valve Index and stuff like that. So I mean, it's not like they don't try to create their own little platform and stuff, but it's hilarious, man, that when you've got a $700 PS5 Pro that is, face it, 4-year console. In 4 years, it will be absolutely nothing, but it will be the driving force of AAA games, because that is how that market was designed around the consoles. And then like PC and console were kind of like two separate entities, for a long time. And then because I mean, like, you didn't even really get, I don't know, I'm not gonna comment on that, because I feel like a lot of the games that came out on consoles didn't even grace the PlayStation or the PC. Like, there was a lot of games that never even went to PC, and when you look back at that, I mean, you can emulate them, obviously. But when you look at that, like, this whole AAA market and gaming market was designed around these consoles, and now it's not even like that anymore. Like, pretty much everything launches on PC nowadays, unless they have some strict freaking exclusivity with PlayStation. They just launch on the PlayStation. Now, I was thinking about this today, guys. I was like, do I really want to spend another $700 on a PlayStation 5 Pro? Or just buy the new ROG Ally, the ROG Ally X. They're about the same price. The ROG Ally X is, I could go pick that up tomorrow. Like, I could go pick that up like soon. And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, do I really need a PlayStation 5 Pro? Like, I want to get one because obviously I want to cover it, the clicks. I'm just like, oh my gosh, dude, I'll get so many clicks, but I didn't even get a lot of clicks for the PlayStation 5. So do I really go out and spend that money and invest in a console that I'm probably not even, I mean, like, obviously I would play it and use it to make content, like between PC and console and all of that stuff, but is it really worth the investment when I've already got a PC and the console is pretty much going to be on its way out later down the road? I mean, you've already got over 60 million people with PlayStation 5s, and now PlayStation's bringing out a PlayStation 5 Pro, which is inevitably going to start to limit the development for the original PlayStation 5 Pro. The developers are not going to probably try as hard to get you a performance mode anymore, because they're sick and tired of people crying about the 720p. So they're going to give you 4K 30 or whatever on that. You're going to get a 30 frames per second experience going forward with PlayStation 5. So then you're going to feel forced to want to upgrade to PS5 Pro, thinking that you're going to get your 60 frames a second there, and they're still showing off games running at 30 frames a second, like Hogwarts Legacy and stuff, and it's not mandatory that you get 60 frames a second on there. So what do you do, man? Like, I feel like the PlayStation 5 Pro is setting itself up to be another disappointment. I mean, obviously your PlayStation games are going to look and run amazing, obviously. And if you go back and you watch the early things of my channel, you will see this theme that really does continue to run across the spectrum of the channel, which is consistency. Like, a consistent experience across the board that we never got with PlayStation 4 Pro, with PlayStation 5, with any of this PlayStation stuff. When it comes to like third-party developers, like, they're so hit and miss on PlayStation platforms that you're like, what the freak, man? Like, what am I getting for you know, buying into this console generation. I buy a lot of games. There's people out there that, you know, buy a PlayStation and maybe throughout the whole generation they'll get like maybe 4 games. You know what I mean? Like there are those people. But then you take somebody like me that buys a lot of games that pretty much subsidizes consoles for people that aren't even, you know, buying a lot of the games, or they're playing like the free to play stuff. They're buying just a couple of games, and then you've got, you know, players like me that buy a lot of games that actually do help subsidize those consoles. And man, something's got to change, guys. Like we need more people to stop letting PlayStation pull the wool over them. I mean, I actually decided to resub to freaking Game Pass tonight because I want to support the Xbox brand and help them, you know, continue to grow that platform, because without Xbox, man, PlayStation is just going to run away with this thing, and things are only going to get worse. I kind of do think that this generation has been the most destructive generation in gaming in a very long time. Like, we have seen nothing but, between the developers going out of their way to literally try to make us mad with putting out games that that like nobody wants to play, or stuffing crap in there that we just don't care about, to these console freaking makers trying to nickel and dime us with the cost of these consoles. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, this whole profit money-making machine thing, it gets annoying, man. Like, it gets annoying. Like, I can't even buy games these days, you know, like Test Drive Unlimited, Solar Crown, and enjoy it without the internet freaking out on me. Stop having fun. And I'm like, dude, I have fun. Like, why would I lie to you guys? I don't need to lie to you. I pay for these games myself. If I'm enjoying them, why would I lie to you? Why would I spend my own money just to come on here to be like, yeah, this game is great, and lie to you? Like, why would I do that? Obviously, I enjoyed Black Myth Wukong. I played a lot of it. I played like 20 hours of it. I'm on chapter 3. I haven't given up on it yet, but I have focused my attention on other stuff. I like to play a lot of different games, and when I get bored of something, or when I'm kind of done with it, I haven't finished a Souls game, guys, since Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 was the last one I finished. I haven't finished any of them since then. I played a good chunk of, you know, like Sekiro and Elden Ring and all of these games, but I haven't finished them. I don't know. I just kind of give up on them and move on to other things. I like to play a variety of stuff. And then I like to go back and continue playing games later at time. The Souls games, though, I still play Elden Ring from time to time, for freak's sakes. I even still, every once in a while, boot up Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and fight the monk for a couple of times until he whoops me, and then I move on. But I've kind of got I'm actually kind of working out a strategy for that, you know, like playing some Black Myth Wukong, then jumping over there and like trying to play some Sekiro to see if maybe I can, you know, get into like a rhythm or something. I don't know. And plus, I'm sick and tired of going out on the bumper buttons on my Xbox controllers. I think the biggest reason I quit playing Black Myth Wukong is because my Turtle Beach, my bumper button don't work no more. The healing button, it doesn't work anymore. It's intermittent now. And so I'm sick and tired of going through these $200 controllers on these damn freaking Souls games that make you use the bumper button a lot. And so, yeah, dude, I just quit playing it because I'm down to just one controller right now, and I'm not about to destroy my other $200 controller on that game. I mean, I guess I should. That way, when I can review it and make it. But I got a new one coming out. It's the Revolution X Pro from Nacon. I'm gonna pick that up, $200 controller, and then I'll play. I'll play some more Black Myth Wukong. And if my freaking new controller goes out, I'm gonna be done with the games that do the bumper button, because I'm sick of it. Like, I'm so irritated with that. I know this whole video just like kind of went whir. But yeah, guys, I love playing video games, and it's just crazy, man. It is absolutely crazy what this generation has done to gaming in such a short period of time, in just 4 years. We've got Ubisoft freaking like another hostile takeover over at Ubisoft, man. And it's like, oh my gosh, man, like why are people so freaking negative towards Ubisoft? I absolutely love the games that Ubisoft makes, and I don't understand it. Like, if you don't like Ubisoft games, why are you even talking about Ubisoft games? Go back to your Call of Duty, go back to your Fortnite, go play whatever you're playing, and stop coming after the games that I like to play. Stop. Like, who cares? I get that you guys get your clicks and all of that stuff for it, but there are people like me that actually do enjoy playing Ubisoft games. We like the big open worlds and lots of nothingness to do. We like that. We enjoy that. We literally buy Ubisoft games just to explore Ubisoft open worlds. Stop trying to ruin our fun. It's annoying. It's very annoying. I get it that everybody just needs their clicks, but yeah, man, like I'd tell you what, man, if like Ubisoft really does go under and quits making games the way they make games, I could literally see myself becoming so callous towards gaming that I would just be another one of them crappy YouTubers that just bash gaming all day long for clicks and views and money and start e-begging and all of that stuff, dude, because I really do love and appreciate what Ubisoft does, to a point where it's like, I like their games and I want to support them with my own money. Like, I want to buy their games and I want to play them. And if they no longer existed, I would play my sim racing games and then I would just bash everything else that comes out, because I would be so miserable that I don't get an annual open world from Ubisoft every year, that I would just be miserable. I'd be mad. I mean, those games are literally the highlight of my year. Seriously. I'm not even joking. Even the 20-something hours or whatever, how long did I even put into that? I bought freaking, let me find this out for you for a minute. Come on, Ubi. Come, I gotta pull my Ubisofter up. My Ubisofter up. All right, library, come on. Where are you, Skull and Bones skis? I bought that game, Skull and Bones. I bought the gold edition so that I could play it early, and I played it for 13 hours, 12 hours and 41 minutes. And I feel good about that. I'm not even upset. I'm not even mad that I spent $100 or whatever I spent on freaking the Skull and Bones. I still would get on there and play it. Like, it's okay. I'm okay with that. I don't know, man. I think that I get that people, I get that like some things come out and they are bad and they are, you know, definitely need to be called out and stuff. But this every single game for every single reason, it's getting old, man. It's getting old. And then PlayStation bringing out this freaking $700 console. I don't know, guys. This might be the first time I don't support it and buy one of their consoles. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Like, I've been thinking about it pretty hard today, about if I want to buy it or not. $700. Oh, or I could buy a ROG Ally X. Get a bigger battery life, more memory, a little bit better performance. I don't know, man. I don't know what to think anymore. I feel like I waste a lot of money on stuff that I don't ever get to fully utilize and use. I think the PC is probably the one thing besides my Xbox Series X that I have fully utilized a lot this generation. Oh, and this monitor, this ultra-wide monitor. That is like my new favorite. That honestly, guys, that is like the new favorite of my gaming world right now, is the ultra-wide monitor. I absolutely love it. I think it's incredible. I was sitting here and I was playing some Ghost Recon Future Soldier today on it, and man, I love that too. I love being able to go back. Sorry, guys. Buy older games and then play them on the PC, and they just come to life again. They're like, whoa, man, this looks good. I don't remember it looking this good, and like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy to think that $700 for a PS5 Pro. Or you could just build a PC and like move away from that nonsense for forever, man. No more paying for online. No more paying for freaking. No more paying for freaking, you know, like the $10. Oh, gosh dang it! Like a $10 extra fee. Like, what's that game that's coming out soon? Something's coming out soon, and it's Dragon Age. The new Dragon Age on PC is only $59.99. It's like $70 on freaking consoles. You got to pay a $10 fee to play it on a console, man. It's like they charge you extra money just to play it on console. And it's like, wow, dude, why would they do that? And then you look at stuff, you know, like peripherals and other things that like they're more money on the consoles and stuff. It just sucks, dude. Like console gaming, the older we've gotten, man, it's like console gaming has become such a freaking expensive joke, and you get very little in return. You get a new console generation halfway through the generation now. You know, halfway through it, they're like they expect you to fork out. First they wanted $500, now they want $700. Like what? When does it stop? Like when? Like it's getting so much more expensive. It literally is to a point now where just go buy a PC, guys. Literally go buy a PC and move away from that. But is it really better on the PC? No, it's just as expensive. But if you're going to be wasting good money, at least waste it on something that you're going to fully enjoy. Because you're going to enjoy higher frame rates. You're going to enjoy better visuals. Like you're going to enjoy that a lot more than being pissed off after a couple of years when your games are 720p again. Like, oh my gosh, it's so annoying, guys. So annoying. So yeah, I mean, this console generation is probably the worst one we've ever had, and I just really hope that Xbox, Microsoft can show up for the rest of the generation and put out some undeniable bangers that restore the fun to gaming, because it's just gotten so ridiculous this last few years, man. It's gotten ridiculous. I really do hope. I mean, like, all of my hope is on Xbox continuing to build Game Pass, continuing to deliver good games, and bring more games, you know, to Game Pass and stuff affordably. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so tired. I was up at 3:30 to take my wife to the airport today. But yeah, guys, I really hope that Xbox can turn this around, man. I really hope that Xbox can bring out some games that are bangers. I mean, I know Xbox gets a lot of flack, but they do make a lot of good games. They do make a lot of good fun games that are good to play, and they've taken up a lot of my time this generation. But gosh, man, this sucks. So, all right, guys, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.